SMT Nation, we back. Nation, I want to discuss this topic with you here today. It's I'd say it's a modern world problem. It's probably not something that was much of an issue, in years past, but it's becoming more prominent. Password sharing, especially when it comes to streaming services. I'm not going to deny it. I've password shared with people before. My family, my friends. I've offered, my services that I, for streaming and stuff like that to people that I share content with. So I got to thinking about it and I started doing some reading online and I saw there are several articles about it. I want to share this one with you guys here. It's I'll put it in the description for you. It's by Mark Rash and this is from securityboulevard.com. I definitely want to get your comments down in the comment section on this topic. Go ahead and light it up in the comment section below. Link for the article in the description. Ways to support the SMT YouTube channel in the description as well. All right, so as a whole, I think for the most part, at least Americans don't really view password sharing as stealing. I don't think they do. Because based on what I sense from folks within the community, people who I've asked, friends, family, password sharing it's like second nature. It's almost like, you get a service and, your family members are paying for some other service and you just give them your password and login info and then they give you theirs. Now you have two different streaming services, but you're each only paying for one. And I don't know, right or wrong, ethical, those types of questions from a morality standpoint, what are we talking about here is something where I think the comment section is going to be good for this. So when it comes to the U.S. consumer, when it comes to Americans, they are good with password sharing. I think it's really common. I've never heard someone say no to password sharing. I personally have never seen it. Now, there have been some surveys that have been taken, and I've been reading some of those, and they're associated here with this particular article, and they talk about the Netflix, password sharing crackdown. But a lot of the surveys, whether they are surveying 10,000 people or 50,000 people or 1 million people, the password sharing thing is really common. And most folks, like 80-90% of them, don't consider it to be stealing if you're sharing passwords. And I think like as much in terms of the percentage, that's the same percentage of people that are sharing the password. So it really seems to me that if you don't consider it stealing, you're likely sharing passwords and usernames on some level. So I don't know what the number is. Like, is it 1, 2, 3 services? Do people even put limits on what they do? If you don't think it's wrong, you probably don't care if there's a limit or not, right? Like, there's no moral limit. Oh, I'll just do it this one time. I think this is probably a huge problem across many different segments of the streaming services and platforms who, again, are trying to increase revenues, show profit margins. Their investors are probably very interested in margin improvement for the year. But what do you guys say? You got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got Disney Plus, Max, all these streaming platforms. And, it seems to me that the more expensive the platforms are, the more likely people are trying to share passwords. And like I said, Netflix is trying to crack down. They're geo-locking according to the addresses that are registered, and that sort of thing. I know, probably 20% of people at the very least, in terms of the overall user base, are probably sharing passwords on any given app platform. I don't care if it's Disney Plus, Prime, Paramount Plus, Peacock, whatever, right? There's sharing going on. I know there's probably a lot less today than there was last year and the year before that, as crackdowns are kind of going on there, but it definitely is something. So answer this for me in the comment section. Is password sharing viewed as theft in your eyes? Yes or no? Tell me why. Give me your justification if you think it's okay. Tell me why it's not. Tell me if you do it, yes or no. Feel if you can't be anonymous and this really bothers you. I don't know. Some people are worried about stuff. I don't know. I could tell you I have password shared before, even if it was just temporarily for a show or something like that. I have. All right, guilty as charged. Don't come knocking at my door. You know what I mean? But tell me your thoughts and opinions on this. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.